Hello and welcome, viewers of Viki News. Olisi, the son of Nobe, is at your service. In this broadcast, I'm not going to be long, but I will narrate, as has been asked by people, about the incident that happened at the Yeoville Green Market, or the Yeoville Market for those who know it, which is just across the road from ShopRite shop in Yeoville. So there are videos that are circulating. I think you've already seen some of them uh, about the fire that raised down part of the market. So people have been asking, because we also posted a video earlier in the morning because we visited the place, took some videos, threw them together, and posted them earlier in the morning today. So people have been asking us if the whole market has been burnt down, and these are people who are outside Johannesburg who want to know on whether or not the market has completely been razed down. Fortunately, uh, for the greater part or for the greater good of the market, not the whole market was burnt down. Just a section, the southwestern corner of the market, is the one that was affected by fire. The suspicion is that uh, people who went there could have first broken into the market and then they set it alight. The intention may have been to raise down everything in the market, including the market structure itself, but due to uh, reasons which we cannot say right now, they just, or because the fire brigade was called and arrived in time, just a section of the market, that is the corner, and around maybe between 10 and 20 stands were affected. But the parts that were affected were severely burnt, they severely scorched. The vegetables that were there and whatever stock that was there was burned severely, including some butternuts, including some mealies that were kept there overnight. Now, on who is responsible is just a case of suspicion right now, because you will remember that last week, members of Operation Dudula wanted to go to the market. They tried to take away or to chase away the vendors that are operating from those stalls, and those vendors are predominantly migrants from the African continent. So the truth about it is that these migrants are renting from South Africans. Most of them, there are of course migrants that are renting directly from the city council, but most of these are renting from the South African population that lives around, in and around Yeoville, and they are renting, they are paying these stand owners a monthly rental. Some of them are paying per fortnight. And this is the reason why you saw South Africans last week standing up and saying, we cannot allow this to happen. We cannot allow these informal traders from the rest of Africa to be stopped from trading there, because in a way they are contributing to the economy of South Africa. They are even contributing directly to the South African stand owners by paying rentals. You would know that there is a growing sentiment, especially being driven by Operation Dudula and some right-wing political parties with narrow interest, with narrow nationalism, who are blaming migrants for everything, and they're accusing migrant traders of wrestling away informal trading stalls in vending malls from South Africans, when in fact this is a big lie and it's an unresearched lie. They are making qualified statements which are based on mere assumptions and stereotyping, because most of these dens are owned actually by South Africans, who then, because of other commitments or because they are not prepared to go and sell themselves, they then rent them out to migrants who may be having something different to sell. Because you'll realize that, especially in the Yeoville market, the people who are selling there are selling African foodstuffs, some of which are not being manufactured or consumed by South Africans. You will find that they are selling fish from the DRC, from Zambia. They are selling Congolese stuff. They are selling Nigerian stuff, which have a market, a niche market among the migrant population. And so these are selling very, very well. And so the South Africans said, no, 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 no. Let us rent out the stalls and then benefit from the rentals that are being paid. Even in the locations, that is the suburbs like Soweto, you realize that migrants are contributing as much as 700 million in rentals directly to South Africans every month. And this is a proven statistics, which is documented, which these right-wing political formations and vigilante groups are refusing to consider, because what they are doing is they are driving their own narrow agenda. They are driving their own prejudice, which they want to then blame on migrants. So this is the state of the situation at the Yeoville market, and we are told that Operation Dudula tried again to attack the KFC, which is in town, because they are saying that it employs migrants. They are doing this not because it is factual, but because it's all based on assumptions. You remember that when they first started this, they said that they were targeting crime, like drugs and other forms of crime. It went on. They went to the next step, where they said they are now targeting illegal immigrants, and now they are saying that they are targeting every migrant. They no longer care about whether or not you are documented or not, which is in actual fact not even something that they are authorized by law to do, to go around checking people's documentation, because they are just general citizens. There is a law in South Africa that works, which should be respected by everyone, including migrants themselves. People who come here in South Africa must make sure that they go through the necessary processes to have themselves documented, and it is something that they need to do to respect South African laws. They mustn't commit crime. They mustn't do anything which is untoward in South Africa. But this Operation Dudula on its own, by claiming that it's enforcing the law, is actually committing crime itself. And there is no crime which is reserved for South Africans and a crime which is reserved for foreigners. Everybody who is within South Africa, within South African shores, must respect South African laws and must be protected by South African state institutions, which is another worrying factor, that the government of South Africa is not seemingly concerned about what this Operation Dudula vigilantes are doing, because what they are doing now is going to cost the South African economy a great deal. It's going to affect the image of South Africa outside this country. And they are saying, I know they will comment and say, we don't care. Yes, of course, they don't care, because what they're after is just utter destruction of South Africa, because seemingly they are being paid by certain people. And to them, what affects the ordinary South African doesn't even affect them, because they are well cushioned, which is why ordinary South Africans are now standing up to protect fellow Africans against these machinations, because they know that they will be the ones that will be suffering at the end of the day when these people drive to their posh areas. Some of them claim that they live in Soweto, but they live in Soweto around plenty, because they've got everything that they need. They drive the poshest vehicles in the sea of poverty that they live in. They become an island of riches in a sea of poverty. So now South Africans are waking up to this, and they are saying that no, we cannot allow this to continue. So this is the state of affairs. We'll come back and report when we hear any latest information. But when we went there, the latest was that no arrest had been made, although these people seemingly raised this in a group before they even attacked the market. They were writing in some groups, their Operation Dudula groups, that they are going to burn down the market. It's not the only one that they're targeting. They're targeting several other markets. And we hear that some opposition political parties have gotten wind of this, and they are going there to protect not only migrants, but also structures that people survive on. So you please do remain subscribed and ready to come live or to come on board when we next go live, or when we share the next videos. Thank you very much. Subscribe, like this video, and share.